Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Toohill, and today we'll be talking about the southern cassowary. The focus of my research project is the southern cassowary, or its binomial name, Cassarius cassarius. My research has been conducted in two parts. Part 1 covers my discoveries on nomenclature, anatomy, locomotion, diet, habitat, range, and adaptations, while Part 2 documents my findings on the life cycle, reproduction, behavior, defensive and offensive capabilities, predators, and the survival status of the species. The southern cassowary is one of the most dangerous avians on the planet, and I will describe that fully as well. The southern cassowary is a flightless bird native to the tropical forests of northeastern Australia. The male cassowary ranges from 4.2 to 5.7 feet in length and 64 to 75 pounds in weight. The male cassowary ranges from 4.2 to 5.7 feet in length, 5 to 6 feet in height, and 64 to 75 pounds in weight. The female cassowary is typically larger than their male counterparts and can weigh up to 129 pounds. The southern cassowary is covered in black, bristle-like plumage, possess blue faces, long necks, and red wattles and capes, or the area on the back of the neck. Cassowaries possess a large horn-like structure called a casque at the top of their heads. This casque ranges from 5.1 to 6.7 inches in height, and their bills are long and slender. They range from 3.9 to 7.5 inches in length. The color of cassowary plumage is sexually monomorphic, meaning it rarely changes between genders, but the female of the species is more dominant socially and possess a larger casque and bill than the males. Both genders possess two large and powerful legs which end in three-toed claws. The claw on the inner toe is the longest of the razor-sharp talons, averaging 4.7 inches in length. Non-mature cassowaries possess mottled brown fur and muted red markings. The southern cassowary runs with its two powerful legs and, while it cannot fly, is capable of leaping 7 feet in a single bound. Cassowaries use their speed for quick bursts rather than prolonged chases, but are capable of speeds up to 31 miles per hour. The southern cassowary is an omnivore whose diet consists mainly of fungi, snails, flowers, fern heads, and even carrion, but they prefer fruits, and their habitat provides over 150 different kinds. The habitat of the southern cassowary is the tropical rainforests of northeastern Australia. They have distinct populations along the Cape York Peninsula and the West Tropics. They may make some use of nearby savanna forests and mangrove stands, however. The biome is lush with hundreds of types of flora, providing hiding areas and sources of food. Males create their nests by scooping out an indentation in the ground and lining it with leaves to camouflage themselves in the forest. Cassowaries have adapted to their environment by developing razor-sharp claws for defense, allowing them to leap towards their aggressors, slashing their feet downwards. This combination would be ineffective in an open environment, but is perfectly suited for the foliage-dense rainforest. Cassowaries have adapted to survive as a species, as seen by the dark, mottled plumage of their juveniles. This adaptation allows the chicks to better blend in with their environments. Young cassowaries are raised by the male after the female has laid the eggs, typically 3 to 5 in a single clutch. The male will raise and care for the chicks for approximately 1 year. During this time, they will nurture their chicks as many birds do, sheltering, protecting, and feeding them while demonstrating how to survive. After this year, the male will become intolerant of his offspring and will send them off on their own. They are solitary creatures, typically only interacting during mating season, which is late winter to spring. Males search for females with large head casques and favor them during sexual selection. The females will lay eggs at several different nests and with several different males. Cassowaries live an average of 50 years. Cassowaries are diurnal and move slowly through the trees in search of food. They are primarily active during the day and early evening and are extremely territorial. A cassowary will attack another of its kind on its own territory. They fight using their dagger-like claws to cripple and disembowel their opponent. They are also quite aggressive when accompanied by chicks or when searching for a mate. Aside from offense and defense, the cassowary uses its claws and beak to search for food, digging and pecking for fungi, snails, worms, and fruit. Cassowary will give off a low rumbling sound when it perceives danger and will leap through the air, claws first at the threat. Cassowaries are hunted by humans, dingoes, and crocodiles. Cassowaries make use of the forest's natural camouflage to avoid predators, but will launch at the threat in a split second if they feel that they are in danger. When facing crocodiles, they are much more likely to run away back to their nests. Dingoes have been known to prey on cassowary nests, hunting for their chicks. The southern cassowary is an endangered species. The population of the southern cassowary is approximately 20,000 to 50,000 worldwide, with only 5,000 remaining in Australia. When instructed to begin this project, I was immediately drawn to the southern cassowary. I've seen clips of them in documentaries and read about them in books. I always found myself fascinated by them. The southern cassowary is one of the most dangerous avian creatures in the world and has an extremely long ancestry. I was driven to learn more about this creature, and I've learned a great deal. I would be interested in a study that compares the ancestry of the southern cassowary to that of an alligator or crocodile, to see which animals descend from which dinosaur, then comparing the traits to see which species is the closest to its ancient relative. Thank you all for listening, and feel free to approach me after class to discuss more about the most dangerous avian in the world, the southern cassowary.